Hey guys, it's Melon Head back again, and we're back on the road for another lovely day. Well, if we can really call it that, it is bitter as all hell today. Right, bitter down to the bone today. Today on the to-do list. Same as like many days, I got my film club on today. Well, we've got films that have a nice soundtrack to them. You know, good old tunes to them. So like, yeah, when it comes down to like music in films, like when it comes down to things, like a lot of the time, music can really make a lot of films. Like it can be the thing that puts it from being a 9 out of 10 to a 10 out of 10, you know? Like, when you look at films like The Thing or Guardians of the Galaxy, you know, what would they be without the really good soundtrack that accompanies, you know? And when it comes down to like things like The Thing, that film, I feel like the soundtrack, just the kind of the low bass tones of it, I've never heard such a great ominous soundtrack, apart from like say Jaws. But I guess, you know, everyone kind of knows Jaws for being the da-da, da-da. So it almost goes kind of without saying. I think a really great film can manage to could get you with like a stinger sound even. Like, I don't know, for those of you who don't know what a stinger is, it's just like a short, like few notes, or like bit of song, you know? Like say like the 4 notes for Nightmare on Elm Street, like the kind of something like that. Or just like the kind of sharp synth notes of Halloween. You know, you instantly, as soon as you hear them, you just think Halloween. You think Nightmare on Elm Street, you know? It could not be mistaken. One thing I figured I'd talk about today was something that was in the news recently about GRIMSBY. About it being kind of a bit of a run-down little town that needs a good lot of work done to it. Okay, first off, I completely agree. I think this place does need a little bit more going for it than a new look of paint. And I had a wee bit of think about it, and I think I've got almost a bit of an idea, at least a kind of starting point to go from. You see, I think like if you look at how GRIMSBY has been sort of portrayed as, for the most part, it's been kind of like seen as a bit of a town of like a dead fishing industry. I mean, all we have here going right now, as you probably know from my videos, is like the smell of fish, the endless docks and broken down buildings. I think one thing that GRIMSBY needs to do is indulge within its own culture. Because one thing you'd kind of know if you've been hanging around for GRIMSBY as long as I have, is that we have quite a great indie music scene here. With lots of bands trying out, and we have lots of metal here, we have lots of indie rock, all that kind of stuff. It's kind of all over the place with our genres and that. I think we probably need a bit more of a platform for that, if anything. Bring in tourism and back to this place, and bring the money back in with like that, you know. So why not make some art installations, stuff like museums, stuff like just exhibits, something to you know, take the pointer away from that film that Sacha Baron Cohen did, which probably hasn't left a great mark on the area. I mean, at least, you know, for the plus part, people actually know we exist now after all that time. But, you know, Grimsby isn't just a character from The Little Mermaid. So that was kind of my my bite-sized how to make Grimsby great again. Also, we got a train going, so we are real ripe for tourist industry, you know? I mean, we've got Fort Park and that, but we need more going on around it. I mean, what else can you do? You go grab a chippy and all that, but when you look at shops in this area, they only stay about for a wee bit, like the small ones, and then we go bankrupt. There's actually been around three or four, I think it's like 3, American candy shops get put into Grimsby and Clee. Barely any of them lasting more than, say, let's say 3 months tops. And you know, it's just because they don't have many people going for them. It's a luxury item. And in order for people to want to buy luxuries, they have to want to be on holiday. They have to want to be treating themselves. And if there's one thing I don't see around Grimsby, it's people splurging out on money, you know? It's not exactly high society. And the way how you make places high society is by increasing tourism and culture and all this, you know? Like Hull's done. City of Culture it's called now. Who knows? With the amount of money coming back, if it is successful, my idea of ideas, vote Melon Head, we might be able to get the suffocating fishing industry back. So guys, yeah, share this video, hashtag make Grimsby great again. What's that, MGGA? It is indeed, it is indeed. I'm not sure if I brought it up before, but one thing that people are trying to get into Grimsby right now is a cinema, which is kind of funny because we already have a cinema in Clee, and I think we even once had one in Grimsby before. So it seems a bit funny, really. You know, if you fail, try and try again. Is it a good idea? Personally, I don't really think so. I think wherever we do get interest tends to blossom, you know? And like, I remember like the really kind of bad thing was, in order to make room for this cinema, they were going to try and they were going to destroy the barge, which is one of our oldest, I believe it's one of our oldest pubs in the area. It seems kind of funny, really. You wanted to destroy something of historical significance to make way for something that might not even pay out well. Because once there's a cinema in Grimsby, it's going to be in competition with the one in Clee, because it's only a short bus journey away. Doggo! Doggo! The plan of plans is, Don't destroy small businesses to make big ones. There you go, boom. Especially ones with historical significance, double boom. Triple boom is make sure you acknowledge what is strong to do with Grimsby, like the music scene, the art scene, stuff like that. All the stuff that usually gets overlooked. Oh, also, of all the things, I kind of just noticed this recently is, I wonder if you guys can guess, right now, like just guess within like the next 10-second timer, what is the most prosperous business within Grimsby right now? Yep, I'm giving you the 10 seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Well, you see, I think that the most prosperous thing here is likely law, of all things. Because the amount of solicitors there is in this area, and the amount of buildings housing them, lawyers, solicitors, all this stuff, they're everywhere. In fact, there's been like a huge one just erected in town. Grimsby must be like quite a place of like crime and stuff if law's such a huge thing here with a booming industry. I kind of wonder if anyone outsources the law team to Grimsby. Do you know what else would be lovely? A bit of money put into media here. I think that would be lovely. You know, like film competition programs, stuff like that. You know, maybe even start a Grimsby Film Festival, you know? That would turn some heads. Because that would actually get people coming over to win film prizes, you know? And like, they say that the only thing is that you've got a film within Grimsby. So you can come from anywhere. But as long as you're filming Grimsby, you're okay to submit your short film here. Wouldn't that be a nice idea? I mean, all you need to have was some form of money payout. A few prizes here and there, probably. Maybe a wee trophy. And, you know, you got a little competition going. I know I was bigging up Laurie earlier, but we have a lot of we have a great import industry here as well, with tons of cars coming in through Waterside because we're a seaside town in Clee. Well, actually, I think if anything, Clee is the great importing place. Grimsby is the great place for say your your law firms and that. They kind of go hand in hand, don't they, Clee and Grimsby? In fact, people have been saying whether they should merge and make a city out of it. Anyway, I know I've gone on a bit about it, but what would you guys suggest to make Grimsby great again, if it ever was great? Do you think it would benefit being a cultural hub? Do you think it needs more trade? Do you think it needs... Or do you think it's fine the way it is? I mean, I'm sure some people do. So yeah, comment what you think would improve on Grimsby. Also, probably comment what you'd call, if it was up to you, what you'd call the city if they were to merge Grimsby and Cleethorpes. From the sound of what I've been reading in the newspapers, they probably call it the Grey City. Because whenever they take pictures of Grimsby, it's never to make it look nice. It's kind of been making like a little bit of a way here, being kind of how they kind of always put a bit of a grey filter on things, which ain't always nice, to be honest, you know. That's why I like to pump up the colours in my video. Adds a bit more colour to this place. So guys, I think we should work together and take the Grim out of Grimsby. You like it? I like it. I like it, it's positive. It focuses on the positives. Anyway, until further notice, this has been Melon Head. Hope you have a lovely day. Over and out.